back.
Yeah, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Tell them what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our contract's under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our health care is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
And when our safety is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Tell them what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Yeah, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Yes, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Tell me what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Yeah, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Tell me what do we do?
We stand up and we fight back.
Say it loud.
Stand up. Stand up. Fight back. Stand up. I'm black and I'm proud.
We just standing up.
Say it loud.
Oh, here we go. We're the union and we're proud.
Here
we go.
We're the union, we're proud.
Say it loud.
We're the union, we're proud.
Say it loud.
We're black and we're proud.
Say it loud.
We're Asian and proud.
Say it loud.
We're women and proud.
Say it loud.
We're LGBT and proud.
Say it loud.
I'm LGBT and proud.
Say it loud.
We're union and proud.
Rise up. Shut it down. San Francisco's a union town.
Rise up. Shut it down. San Francisco's a union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco's union town. Rise up. Shut it down. San Francisco's a union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco's a union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco's union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco's a union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco's union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco's union town.
Cause ain't no power like the power of the union. Cause the power of the union don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the union. Cause the power of the union don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the union. Cause
The
the power of the
union don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the union. Cause the power of the union don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the union. Cause the power of the union don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of
The
the
union,
union.
cause the union don't stop. Say what?
So what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
Rise up, shut it down.
San Francisco's a union town.
Gonna rise up.
Shut it down. San Francisco union town. Yeah. Shut it down. San Francisco is a union town. Rise up. No.
Hey, hey, what do you say?
All right. We'll save the chat. We'll save the chat. All right. So hey, what do we say? We won't put up with takeaway. Hey,
What do you say?
We won't put up with takeaway.
He say,
We won't put up with takeaway. Hey, what do we say? We won't put up with takeaway.
Hey, what do you say? We won't put up with takeaway.
Hey, what do you say? We won't put up with takeaway.
Hey,
What do you say?
we won't put up with takeaway.
Hey, what do you say? We won't put up with takeaway. Hey, what do you say? We won't put up with takeaway.
What do you say?
Takeaway.
Hey,
What do you say? We won't put up with takeaway.
yeah.
Hey, what do you say? We won't put up with takeaway.
Yeah, hey, what do you say?
We won't put up with takeaway.
Yeah, hey, what do you say?
We won't put up with takeaway.
Yeah, tell us, what do you say?
We won't put up with takeaway.
And tell Breed, what do you say?
We won't put up with
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now. They're coming off
What
the
do we
bus.
want?
Yeah.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
Folks, we're going to get started in just a moment, and folks who are in line can start to head over to the front so we can get front and center.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
Sterling Haywood, if you could please make your way to the podium and Teresa
Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
Sterling
Stand up,
Haywood.
fight back.
Also,
Stand up,
Teresa
fight
Rutherford and members of the bargaining team, if you could please make your way up to the podium. We'll get started shortly.
Stand up, fight back.
How you doing, man?
Stand up, fight back. SEIU. 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 SEIU.
And you.
SEIU.
And me.
SEIU.
And you.
SEIU.
And me.
SEIU. That's right.
And you.
Hey!
When I say SE, you say IU. SE.
IU. IU.
I say IE, you say IU.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Carolyn Goosen. I work for Supervisor Hillary Ronan, and our office is sponsoring this rally today. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Thank you, SEIU 10 to 1. Thank you, Local 21, and all the beautiful labor allies who are here. And a big shout out to our Oakland brothers and sisters who are on the street today striking. Supervisor Ronan couldn't be here, unfortunately, but she wanted me to express that we stand with you. We completely support your fight for a fair contract, good wages, good health care, good work conditions. You deserve it. You do critical work for this city. You deserve to have one job, be at home with your families, and have good work. Thank you so much.
All right. If we can give a round of applause to Carolyn and Supervisor Ronan's office. So good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Are folks ready to stand up for worker rights? Are folks ready to stand up for respect in the workplace? And are folks ready to stand up for working families? All right, my name is Joseph Bryan. I am a member of SEIU 10 to 1. I'm the regional vice president in San Francisco and most recently elected as president of SEIU 10 to 1. So today is a historic day Today, working people throughout the Bay Area take a stand. Today, working families from the East Bay and San Francisco are saying, enough is enough.
No more. No more.
Make some noise if you stand in solidarity with the teachers in Oakland who are out on strike today. This is the first time in 30 years that the Oakland teachers have gone on strike. It really tells us what moment that we're in. Now, if you can make some noise, if you are ready to fight for justice for San Francisco public employees. So I have the privilege and honor to be out at the picket lines today in Oakland, and I was just so energized by the courage, by the bravery the teachers are showing, the classified workers who are our members who are out also on sympathy strike, for the children, for the youth who were there at the front lines standing with teachers and workers. And the public support also was just amazing. As practically every car drove by, they were just blazing their horns supporting the teachers. As communities, as we need to ensure that the communities are behind our causes also in fighting for working families. You know, today is another example of the fact that the people's labor movement is strong and well, is it, folks?
That's right, yes.
And it has the potential to be as strong as it's ever been. You know, I had a question asked this morning when I was on the line, why are the teachers on strike? And at the end of the day, it's an easy answer.
Yes, it is.
It's for survival.
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's for the survival of our children's future. It's for the survival of working families. We are here today in solidarity with them across the Bay, and they are here in spirit with us to stand up and to survive and thrive in the Bay Area as working people together, right?
Yes.
So as we all know, the economy in San Francisco is booming. You know, we hear it every day. We hear about these new billion-dollar companies being evaluated practically every day. And we feel it every day too, don't we? We feel the cost of living going up every single day. Over a 1-year period, the cost of living has increased by 4.6%. And across the Bay, you know what they're offering the teachers?
What?
8% over 4 years.
What?
Is that right?
No!
How can somebody continue to live in the Bay Area if every day they're falling behind?
They don't want us here.
You can't afford to be here if you can't keep up with the costs that are all around us. You have, in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, we have the third most billionaires in the world. And most of those folks live here in San Francisco.
Right down the street.
We cannot continue to allow this to happen unchecked. In a city of so much wealth, should we tolerate the inequalities that we see every single day?
No!
Can we afford to accept it?
No!
We absolutely cannot. A good friend of mine, James Richard, who's a community activist in the Bayview Hunters Point, used to tell me all the time, San Francisco is a city of have and have-nots.
That's right.
It's time for the have-nots to unite and fight for dignity and respect for all working families.
Yes! Preach up!
As you all know, that's a good segue. Felicia, Cheryl, that's a good segue. As you all know, it's Black History Month. If we don't do something now about addressing the treatment of black workers in our communities, guess what? Black people will be history in San Francisco.
Right.
The data on hiring, firing, discipline of black workers is almost unbelievable. And for San Francisco to call itself a progressive city, it's an embarrassment, let's be honest. Today, we find ourselves back in a place where civil, economic, and political rights are under attack.
1960s.
So many of the hard-earned gains we've achieved as a part of the labor movement, as a part of the civil rights movement, as a part of the righteous movement for social justice are on the line right now. We find ourselves where the economic inequality is segregating our neighborhoods. Our city, going back on its promise of pay equity for women, where the rights of disabled workers are under attack. We find an ever-widening, deepening gap between the extremely rich and all of us. A goal is simple. Our agenda is clear. We demand a fair contract, not just for ourselves, but for our families, our patients, our clients, and our communities. Is everybody here with me today? All right, so now we have a short program of our various leaders from bargaining teams who are going to come and talk about their experiences, talk about their day-to-day fight. But before we get into that, I did want to acknowledge a few of our dignitaries here today. Board President Norman Yee, can we make some noise for Norman Yee? Supervisor Raphael Mandelman is here with us today. Tracy Gallardo from Supervisors Shaman Walton's office. Can we make some noise? Alan Wong from Supervisor Marr's office. Can we make some noise? And we have so many of our community allies here with us today. The Living Wage Coalition is here with us. Jobs with Justice, Community Progressive Association, and also our brothers and sisters from labor. And you'll hear from them in a moment, but we have our brothers and sisters from Local 21 IFPTE. Can you guys make some noise with us today? I see the new president of the firefighters of San Francisco, Sean Buford. Can we make some noise for the firefighters? And of course we have UESF, who's been here at the front lines with us, ILW and Labor Council, SF Labor Council here with us today. And also NUHW. Let's make a round of applause for all of our allies here today. And the group that kicked off these big strikes in this last year, Local 2, where you guys at? All right, so with that, we're going to jump into the program. Our first speaker today from our San Francisco SFMTA Service Critical Bargaining Team, Sterling Haywood. Come on up to the mic.
Good morning, San Francisco. How's everyone doing this morning? All right, how you doing? I'm Sterling Braxton Haywood. I'm born and raised in San Francisco. I work for the city as a parking control officer. I've been working for the city for the last 11 years, and it's just sad to see what we have going on. But we're here today because we will not settle for nothing less than the immediate action on the inequalities in our city. We are the service critical workers of SFMTA, and we are the ones that keep this city moving. We want nothing less than a fair contract that enables us to provide the quality services that the public deserves. And that allows us to keep us, staying, trying to match up with the high cost of living.
Right.
Over the years, the demands of SFMTA immunity have increased with the boom of the city. But SFMTA has yet to make the necessary investment in the people to meet the rising demands. In the end, the riders suffer. The working people suffer. The people who rely to go back and forth around the city suffer. As working people continue to be priced out and pushed out of the city, that's including all of us and all of our members, it is us, the working class, who ends up paying the ultimate price. Working people must stand together to demand transit justice for the workers and for the families who rely on us to get by. Thank you, San Francisco. Power to the people.
Let's give it up for Brother Sterling one more time. And also see Brother John Rizzo out there from Community College Board. Please welcome John Rizzo. All right, our next speaker coming up to the mic, Kung Feng from Jobs with Justice, the Executive Director. Please welcome Kung.
All right. Are you feeling good today? You feel that sun shining on us? Yeah, because we're here, we're beautiful, we're strong. So I'm with Jobs with Justice. We're a coalition of 30 labor and community organizations. We're seniors, we're immigrants, we're people with disabilities. Right. We are the people that you serve every day. And we see you.
See you.
And we thank you.
Yes.
And we're going to be here with you until you win.
Yes!
So I got a question.
Yes.
I heard this city is full of billionaires.
Yeah.
Right.
Do any of you all know a billionaire?
No.
You shaking hands with them, said hello?
No. No.
But do any of you all know somebody who moved because the rent is too high? Raise your hands.
What's going on?
Somebody who works two jobs? You work two jobs?
Right.
Anybody take the train and see somebody sleeping because their commute is too long? They're coming in from Antioch because their day is too long.
Yes.
Right?
Preach on, brother. Preach on.
Anybody seen anybody sleeping on the sidewalk in the rain, in the pouring rain? Because the city has no place for them.
Yes. Preach on.
Insane.
Preach on.
The city is on the wrong track.
Yes.
Right.
We're here to put it right.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes.
So I'm taking my kids to the picket lines in Oakland tomorrow. Anybody?
Woo.
Anybody? Yeah?
All right.
So as a parent, we want our kids to be safe.
Yes.
We want our kids to be fed. But we also want our kids to know what is right and what is just.
Yeah.
And so when the teachers are fighting for our futures, I say that you are fighting for our futures too.
Right.
Because we want our kids to grow up in a world that is just, a world that is right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're fighting, and we're going to fight until we win. Because when we fight together,
We win.
when we fight together, when we fight together.
All right, our next speaker in a true show of labor solidarity, the executive director from Local 21, Deborah Grabel.
San Francisco has led on LGBTQ rights, right?
Yes.
San Francisco was the first place where gay marriage was legal in this country, right?
Woo!
And so I want to know in 2019 why this city is not leading around economics.
Right.
Why the city is allowing our city workers to fall further and further behind CPI and to be pushed out of the city. I want to know why the leadership of this city is sitting at the bargaining table with us proposing to roll back our rights around discrimination and harassment. I want to know that from this city today, right? I want to know why they're passing proposals to us to invest in us less. Today at the bargaining table for Local 21, the city gave us a proposal to defund our education fund, to drop it back to where it was going a year ago. Instead of increasing investment into workforce, it's trying to decrease the investment in the workforce, right? And that's not right, right? Are we going to let that happen in our city?
No.
Are we going to stand up for this?
Yes.
So what I would say today is our answer around this is unity. Our answer around the evils that are happening in this world for us to do is exactly what we're doing today. To come to the streets together. To come to the streets and say, we're not going to take it. This is our government.
That's right.
This is our workplace. This is our city. And we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder. IFPTE Local 21, the firefighters, the building trades, SEIU 10 to 1. We are not going to let them divide us, right? Whose city? Whose city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
Let's fight till we win.
Yes.
Building and Trades, and I did see Tim Paulson around here just a moment ago. And also our brothers and sisters from ILWU, Chris Christensen right over there. Let's make some noise for them. All right, our next speaker coming up is our chapter president from the Community Housing Partnership, one of our leaders, one of our members, Naj Daniels. Please welcome up Naj.
Hello out there, everybody. I'm Juice because look around. We make San Francisco work. City workers and nonprofits share the same struggle and we share the same hopes. We care for this city's most vulnerable people, the homeless, people trying to get back on their feet, and those who are fighting addiction and other mental health issues. Our patients and our clients need stability and support. They need us to be there for them. We do all we can, but too often it seems the odds are stacked against us, against our success and the success of our patients and clients. We're overworked, we're undervalued, and we're underpaid. Sometimes we spend 4 hours to get to work. We come home to work another job so that we can make ends meet or to avoid being homeless ourselves. Our fight to be valued and treated fairly is the same. Together, we must stand to continue to unite and speak out. Together, we will not be ignored. Erase racism.
Make some noise for Naj Daniels. Just want to also give a shout out to Supervisor Asha Safai for coming out and joining us today in support. And just from around the way, our court workers are here with us, supporting us today. Make some noise for the court workers. All right, so our next speaker is another member on the bargaining team, a registered nurse. Please welcome Jennifer Steen.
Hey, y'all. Hey. I'm Jennifer. I'm a registered nurse, and I am proud to be a public servant. But it can be hard taking care of everybody when San Francisco General Hospital is sending bills to patients with insurance, costing them tens of thousands of dollars and leaving money on the table when they can't pay. It can be hard serving everyone when there's a so-called bottleneck slowdown discharging patients who sit in acute hospital units wanting to be discharged, but they have nowhere to go. It creates a cycle where other patients sit for hours in the hallways of our beautiful brand new emergency room. More patients have to get diverted to hospitals that can't handle them because there aren't enough beds for the patients in the hospital to go home to, for them to be discharged to the community. It can be hard serving people when nurses, bus drivers, teachers, librarians, baristas, and everybody else who works have no place to get to because they're 2 hours on BART, 3 hours in the car, driving from Antioch, from everywhere in Kingdom Come trying to get to work. I want to ask you guys a question. Can you ask with me? I want you to say, how rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is so rich that $1 billion moves through our airports and our port every year. How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is so rich that it has the 3rd busiest commercial real estate market in the world. Look at all those cranes around us. How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is so rich that it has the 6th highest gross domestic product in America. $500 billion a year.
Wow.
How rich is this city? This city is so rich that it is home to over 2,800 people worth more than $30 million.
Wow.
How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is so rich that every day and night, 7,500 people sleep on the streets, in tents, in cars, in the rain, in the cold, because they don't have a home.
Unreal.
How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is so rich that if you want to get a one-bedroom apartment, it's going to cost you more than $3,000 a month.
Say that.
How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is so rich that even if you make six figures, $117,000 every year, you still considered in poverty.
Say that.
How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is rich enough that right now it has more than $1 billion in reserves. And they are telling us that they can't take care of its workers, can't take care of its citizens. How rich is this city?
How rich is this city?
This city is rich enough to make sure that every patient at Laguna Honda Hospital and at San Francisco General has an adequate place to return home to. This city is rich enough to provide services for all of its citizens. This city is rich enough to provide affordable housing for teachers and nurses and elders and disabled people. Everyone who serves every single day.
That's right.
This city is rich enough, y'all.
All right, to bring us home for this afternoon, if you all can welcome up our Vice President of the San Francisco Region-elect, Teresa Rutherford.
How is everyone doing? Whose city is this?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
When we fight?
Now.
This is a union town. 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 So, you know, I have a written speech, but let me tell you this. Just yesterday, I was speaking with a co-worker. She's having some issues with city and county. We're dealing with that. But then I saw her face and she looked really sad and I was wondering what's going on. This woman who has given 30 years of her life in this city as an employee, professional, good at her job, is sleeping in someone's living room, paying $1,400 a month. On the tap. Yes, yes. We have become, as workers, a commuter workforce because we serve this city, we build this city, we support this city, we make this city look good, but guess what? We cannot live here.
That's right.
Yes, we are the poor working class.
Say that.
We cannot compete with the billionaires who live here, enjoy the benefits of our labor, enjoy the benefits of San Francisco on our backs. We are demanding that our contract recognize our value, recognize that we run this town, that we are the power in this city, that without us there is no San Francisco, without us there is no wonderful San Francisco General, that we provide the quality work, that every single one of us here, be it you're a janitor, be it you're a clerk, be it you're a CNA, be it you're an LVN, you're an RN, you're a secretary, you bring value to this city. Okay? So let's demand our worth. Let us own this. We own this city, not you. Not the managers and all these other people, not the politicians. We run things. Let's own this. Let's take it. You're on. We want a good contract. We must have a good contract, and you will give us a good contract.
All right.
Make some noise for Teresa Rutherford, please. All right, so this brings us to the end of it. So I'll close with this. A testament of a good employer is how it treats its employees.
Right.
Let's tell the city to do the right thing. Do the what?
Right thing.
Do the what?
Right thing.
Do the what?
Right thing.
All right, so before we get out of here today, this is just the first for us in this fight. in this battle that we're going to undertake over the next however many months. Our next one coming up is March 7th. It's going to be at 1 South Van Ness at 12 noon. Can I count on everybody here to be there? All right, let's close with a chant. Labor united will never be divided. 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 All right, thank you, everyone.